Hi, name's Jaden, and a couple of days ago I saw this video, and it kind of got me triggered. Now, in case you're wondering what the video was about, the video was called Why I Hate Christianity. Oh boy. Look, this video isn't a video attacking Onision. It's more or less attacking the things he said in this video because they're very ignorant. Now, to be fair, I gave the video a chance, which is something I kind of regret doing. And basically, you can see for yourself why I kind of got pissed off at this video. So, enjoy.
This is what I hate about Christians. I hate that Christians pretend to be adults. And the reason I feel this way is because they tell their children that Santa Claus exists. They tell their children that the Tooth Fairy exists. And then they themselves pretend to be adults by believing in something that's just as made up as the things that they bullcrap their kids into believing.
Right off the bat, this really got me annoyed. Not just because of the ignorance in this question, but the comparison is just so inaccurate. What you're doing is comparing Santa Claus to a religion. Religion exists because we don't know where we come from. Until this day, we still haven't explained it. The difference between Santa Claus and religion is that we made up Santa Claus. Religion exists because we don't know where the hell we come from. And that's one explanation that people came up with, was that there's a God and he created us. Okay, look. Like I said before, this is just one theory. We don't know if a God created the universe or not, but we don't really know what created the universe, so that's why religion even exists today. Look, am I a Christian? No, I'm not. I personally am agnostic. But still, whenever you say things like that, it shows a level of ignorance and stupidity that not a lot of people have. The point I'm trying to make is that we don't know if God exists. We do know if Santa Claus exists or not. And whenever you compare that, it makes you seem really fucking ignorant. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna leave that at that, okay? He probably makes some other good points in the video. Maybe we can keep watching the video and see what other points he makes.
No, but really, I feel like Christianity requires a certain level of stupidity. Wake up one morning and go, gee whiz, I want to go pray to some invisible person who never makes anything happen for me. Dear Jesus, please cure my great-grandpa of cancer. Ring, ring. Hello? Oh, my great-grandpa's dead? Okay. Dear Jesus, I understand why you didn't save my great-grandpa. Even though in the Bible it says you'll give me whatever I pray for, you work in mysterious ways.
Basically what he's doing now is that he's calling anyone that prays stupid. Now look, I want to go on a record and say, yes, I am agnostic, but I used to be Christian. And whenever you were a part of something, you kind of understand that something. Look, if you don't really pay attention to religion at all, you sound like a dumbass, and this is exactly what he does. Now, basically, let me disprove his point. You don't pray for God for material things. You don't pray for God to save a life. You pray or to get a B on the math test or whatever, or to even get like a car or something. You pray for God. You pray to God for spiritual help. You pray for God to make yourself a better person. You pray for God and Jesus to forgive you of your sins. Not so you can get an A or a B on your math test or to get a Lamborghini or whatever. That's not what you pray to God for.
So it's absolutely dumb to go sit in a church and pretend you're better than everybody else. And that is exactly what Christianity is pretending you're better. How could you even argue that? You're sitting there going, I'm going to heaven and everyone else is going to hell.
Well, that was rude. So inherently, because I go to church to think that I'm better than everybody. Why would I go to church for that? I can go to school for that. Like, look, okay, I don't think, like, whenever you're Christian, you go to church because you're trying to get to know Jesus. You go to church to worship Jesus. You go to church to worship God. Not to sit in a house with a bunch of know-it-alls who think that they're better than everybody. Like, that's just ignorant. Like, I'm just saying, dude, like, if you're going to call out a religion, at least seem like you know what you're talking about, like Mr. Epsilon. Hey, but look, I'm not going to throw Onision completely under the bus for what he said at this part. Because the second part he did make a pretty good point. There are Christians like that who sit there and talk about you're going to go to hell for doing this and you're going to go to hell for that. Look, don't listen to people like that. I understand anyone who's loud and outspoken is a problem in general. But you're assuming that everyone is like this, and that's wrong. That's like assuming that all black people are thugs because one person robbed you. It's like, that's just ignorant, like I said. Okay, but look, right, I get one of the points that he's talking about. Look, God isn't going to send you to hell for this, and this reason. God isn't going to send you to hell for being gay. God isn't going to send you to hell for this, and this. God sends you to hell for doing evil with the intent to do evil, okay? Like, he said that himself. He's not going to send a good person to hell. He sends evil to hell. And really, to get in hell, it takes like a truly, truly evil person. You think Hitler is in heaven?
Thou shalt not kill, right? Well, what were they talking about? Insects? Animals? Well, not animals, but humans are animals. What makes humans so different than the other?
Thing makes us different than the other animals. Look, in case a lot of people don't know, the reason why it says thou shalt not kill in the Ten Commandments was because it actually was a mistranslation. This is something a lot of people don't know. But what he meant was thou shalt not murder, not thou shalt not kill. But once again, Onision is ignorant. He's not going to take any time to research something before he blatantly attacks it. I'm just saying.
Come into this world completely handicapped. Thanks for only giving me one shot at life, God. I'm too retarded to understand what the Bible says, but I'm sure I'll get into heaven. No, Christianity is absolutely ridiculous, and so is every other religion which relies on faith. Faith is for gamblers, and atheists simply have no interest in something so unreliable and unfounded. The fact that there's so many religions in this world and people think 100% that they're correct, well, it makes me think maybe we're not that much smarter than the other animals after all.
Now, his endpoints at the end of the video were, if God exists, why do we have handicapped people? And atheists just don't give them enough of a fuck to take interest in religion. And of that I do agree with somewhat. And Christians are just gamblers on life. And Christians are just gambling on fate. And he's right to an extent, but not everybody is the same. Look. The only issue I have with religion is that, yes, it is blind trust. But until we find out what the answer, that's pretty much all anyone has to go off of. I do understand the points he made in this video, I just don't really agree with them. Now, he said that atheists just don't give enough of a fuck to take interest in religion. And I think that is true to some extent, but not everybody's the same. You can say the same with Christians. Not everybody is the same. Some people just genuinely believe in God, and some people genuinely just don't think God exists. And, to be fair, nobody's really right. Agnostics aren't right either, just because it's like, you don't mark an answer on a test. That doesn't mean you got the answer right. It doesn't mean you got the answer wrong. It just means you didn't pick an option. So you can't be right or wrong. So, look, nonetheless, I respect Onision's opinions. I think he's a cool dude. I'm just saying, if you're gonna make a video bashing a whole religion, at least be correct about a lot of the things you were talking about. A lot of people don't see through this, but I do. Onision has made videos attacking multiple religions, mostly Christianity. He's made like 5 different videos on Christianity, but not one video on atheism. But it's probably because he has some type of secret despise of religious people, but he doesn't want to seem like a hypocrite to his fan base. Look, I'm not saying you have to be anything, okay? I'm agnostic just like him. I'm just saying Onision is prejudiced, but he's too scared to admit it. Before I go on, I want to say that Onision seems like a prejudiced person. I'm not saying he is one, even though in the last clip I just said he's one. I'm just saying it seems like he is a prejudiced person. I'm sorry for the way my S's and things sound and the poor editing quality of the video. It's because it's getting late and I need to go to bed because I have school tomorrow. But that's not an excuse nonetheless. If Onision is as smart as you think he is, he should have no problem responding to a 16-year-old kid in high school. And if not, then I guess he's not as smart as you think he is then. I don't care. Either way, I'm not losing anything. Yeah, but nonetheless, I wanted to thank you guys for at least watching the video. For those of you who gave the video a chance and not just disliked it at the beginning, I'm sorry about the editing quality once again. And I don't hate Onision. I just don't like ignorant people. And I guess he was one of the people who I feel like I need to call out on being not just prejudiced, but hypocritical at times. But nonetheless, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think of Onision and tell me what you think of this video. Peace out.